TikTok Kitchens, Olo and Lyft partner up, and last minute gift giving through food. That's all ahead on this week's Monday Minute. Monday Minute works like this. We're going to ask each other 5 questions about 5 of the top headlines from the last week. Are you ready? Let's go. Ho, ho, ho. First question for you this week, Meredith. It's a big time of year for catering and Christmas parties. So timely, perhaps, that SoftBank are investing again in our space, this time with catering through EasyCater and $100 million round. Things looking up for catering, perhaps?
Yeah, I think this is a fascinating deal. I mean, first of all, it shows us that there's a strong belief that we are going to go back to work and that catering is going to resume. Easy Cater, as you know, is the largest catering platform in the restaurant industry. It does a great job. But their business was really, really hurt by the pandemic when everyone left offices because people stopped ordering catering. The other thing that's fascinating about this deal is necessity is the mother of invention. And as Easy Cater went through this enormous hit to their top line, they thought through how else they could serve customers. And because of that, they've actually expanded their potential market size. So now, as people come back to work and their legacy business, funny to call it a legacy business when it's so future and tech enabled, but their legacy business will return. And they have these other new avenues of growth as well. All right, next one for you. I think this one is near and dear to your heart, Carl. You've been talking about it for a long time from your convenience store background, but Burgerfi has announced in-car ordering. What's that about?
Yeah, you're right. I have been talking about this a while, and I'm thrilled to see that BurgerFi are talking about it too. They have a connected car. When 5G cars become more available next summer, we're going to start seeing this really across many different areas, including convenience retail. They're partnering up with a company called Mavi.io, which is, for all intents and purposes, Meredith, an in-car retail marketplace, which allows you to select from a series of different shopping options. So you might be driving home and say, you know what, I want to get a pedicure, or I'm hungry, I want to order some food. And this dashboard, this marketplace will enable that for you to be able to order ahead, book a session, and make things easy and remove some friction, if you will. Now, I can do this in my Tesla today when I can just tap a button saying I'm hungry and it will recommend some nearby restaurants to me. But what they're talking about here is something to another level in the sense that it will also manage the overall order transactions. So you'll order the items you're after. It will allow you to have your actual location communicated to the restaurant so the restaurant knows when to start preparing your order, and it will help from a payment interface as well. So for all intents and purposes, you say you're hungry, you choose what you want, you drive up to the place where you pick up the food and you drive away. That's it, super simple. So again, another example of demonstration of frictionless experiences for customers in terms of food ordering. I think things will go to another level when it comes to drive-through in this example as well, by the way. I think we'll see a lot of advancements in this area. One of the areas which I'm surprised I haven't seen more of up to this point is actually having car license plate registration being a form of payment, much like you see when you go through toll roads. So we'll see whether Mavi get involved in that space as well. But let's keep our eyes peeled in the summer of 2022 as that one comes about. Okay, our third question today, Meredith, is about Olo and Lyft. They've announced a partnership last week, open up a whole new fleet of vehicles and drivers. Is this good news for restaurants?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic news. You know, first of all, Olo with their entire business model is really about helping restaurants figure out first party ordering, helping them have great ordering interfaces, and then helping them manage the logistics on the back end as things come through the kitchen. And what they do with that dispatch product is help restaurants find the right logistics solution for each order to make sure that they're paying the lowest cost to get there as quickly as they possibly can, depending on what the destination is. So Lyft gives Olo one more tool in that arsenal, another competitor to compete on times, to compete on prices, which I think is fantastic news for restaurants. It's also really interesting for Lyft. You know, of course, Uber got into the food delivery business with its own platform, Uber Eats. Lyft did not do that. But now here they are in food delivery. I think it's a great opportunity for them to participate in this huge and growing market. but to do so in a way that does not require them to go out and make the massive investments in consumer acquisition that the other platforms have had to do. All right, this one's fascinating. We first heard about it at the Restaurant Leadership Conference last week, where Robert Earl hinted that it was coming, and here it is, TikTok kitchens. This one is super interesting, Carl. Talk about TikTok kitchens and what that means.
I know, and I'm sure you want to give a few thoughts on this one as well, Meredith. It's not just any virtual brand, let's put it that way. They're partnering up with TikTok, which of course, as we know, is erupted in growth right now. And in particularly with menu items that are based on viral videos. Food videos have become a huge part of content on TikTok, and it all kind of falls into place when you recognize that millions of these people are watching these videos and liking them. And that's a huge indicator for market research for all intents and purposes of what people want to eat. So the Bloomberg article that we've referenced below talks to what that may look like. And they touch on things like, the most searched dish in 2021 being baked feta pasta, which, who knew, right? 1 billion people use this platform every month, and millions of people are basically searching for it. So this could be huge for virtual dining concepts. They want 1,000 of these restaurants by this time next year, and they want to start in March using co-founder Robert Earl's existing restaurant footprint. And unlike the celebrity endorsement angle of things like Mr. Beast Burger, which is of course part of their portfolio as well, this is not something where they're planning to promote those individuals that are coming up with the dishes, but just ensure the profits from their items go to them. So for me, this is another one where we're blurring the lines between different forms of media and food. The question though is, will you be perusing TikTok at those times when you're hungry? If you do, the impulse of these videos on TikTok will make you feel compelled to act and perhaps order something. But what about the other times when you're not? So TikTok will need to be mindful of when and how food videos are pushed to people so that they are looking at them when they perhaps are thinking about eating.
Yeah, I think this one is so exciting. You're right. I think, just like you said, it's a form of market research to see what people are commenting on and engaging with and sharing. And it's also where consumers are. TikTok is huge, it's growing, and it begs the question, is it easier for a traditional restaurant company to figure out how to make compelling content on TikTok so that it gets shared? Or is it easier for compelling content on TikTok that's getting shared to become a restaurant? And I think it will be fascinating to see as a virtual dining concept rolls these out, what the answer to that question is.
Absolutely. Okay, final question this week, Meredith. Well, it's the festive time of year, hence our wonderful costumes today. Hope everyone is going to enjoy whatever they're doing through the holiday season, but it's also a time for gift giving. And one of the things that we've been working on recently is helping those folks that are in restaurants or about the world of food learn about how we can perhaps gift food in different forms as well. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, we're going to talk about our own article here for a minute. So I don't know if everyone knows, but monthly we write a column in Nation's Restaurant News for their Speaker Box series. And this month we talk about gifting food. And what I love about this is it hits on so many of the trends that we talk about in the book. For example, things like valuing experiences over things. Being able to gift someone food still tells them you're being thoughtful, you're thinking of them, giving them something, but gives them something that they will use, not just something that they will have, which is fantastic. It also helps us support our local restaurants, which is amazing given what's been going on for the last year and a half. And there are emerging so many unique and interesting ways to gift food-oriented items online. One of my favorites is text gifting. For those of you who don't use email anymore and have switched completely over to text, or maybe your grandson has, you can actually text a gift card to a restaurant, to your grandson, to your granddaughter, and let them, use it the way that they would use a credit card or pay with phone or whatever account they normally use, which is pretty cool. Of course, there are a lot of restaurants who are now offering first-party e-gift cards. This is something first innovated by Starbucks, and now tons of restaurants are doing it. And they're doing it because they've been enabled by some of these big tech companies. So online ordering systems like Toast now make this functionality available to virtually every restaurant. which is incredibly cool that restaurants are able to offer now, independent restaurants are able to offer now what only the big guys like Starbucks were able to do before. There's another platform called CashStar, which enables larger portfolios of restaurants to do the same thing if they're not on Toast. One of the other major trends this hits on is micro niche foods. So suddenly, if you've got a vegan in the family, you can send them a gift that they will appreciate. You can send them something like Daily Harvest or Purple Carrot and help keep up their plant-based food consumption. There's just so many new and emerging ways, both third-party platforms, things like Goldbelly, and first-party websites like Mazadar Bakery in New York City. There's just amazing gifts that everyone can give. I would encourage you all to go check out the article on NRN SpeakerBox as you're looking for your last-minute gifts. But I would also encourage the restaurants out there to go look at some of those examples of what some of the leading restaurants are doing to encourage gifting, and think about how next year you can incorporate these gift items into your offering.
And of course, if you really want to have a great idea, then there's this wonderful book out there called Delivering the Digital Restaurant, which is available at all good bookshops. Right, Meredith?
That's right. That's exactly right. And soon available via audiobook.
That's right. So pre-release of the audiobook, I think we'll hopefully get that out on Amazon very soon. And if you'd like to have me read the book to you, then that's available to you very, very soon. Okay, well, look, happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully everyone's getting a chance to relax over this time of year and recharge ahead of what's going to be a very exciting year in 2022 for our industry. We really look forward to sharing some of those things with you here on the Monday Minute. And as ever, do encourage you to leave your comments below, your questions, anything that you agree with or disagree with. And we'll be back next week to share with you the latest goings on in the world of restaurants, off-premise and technology. Thanks for listening. The Monday Minute is available for you to follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. Watch us on YouTube and follow us on all our social media Learn.Delivery channels. Thanks for listening.